Budget 2022. The session will be held in two parts. The first part of the session would conclude on February 11, 2022. Part of the session would begin on March 14th, 2022 and conclude on April 8, 2022. Union Budget 2022 is likely to be presented at 11 a.m. on 1st February, Tuesday. The duration of the budget presentation might range from 90 minutes to 120 minutes. The Finance Minister briefs the Union Cabinet through a summary for the Cabinet just before presenting the budget. The Union Budget is tabled in the Parliament after the Finance Minister's speech has concluded. Chances are less that the government would make any structural changes to the personal or corporate income tax rate regime, though there is pressure from ordinary taxpayers to reduce their burden at a time when incomes have been hurt by the pandemic. Good government is one of the most important factors in economic growth and social well-being. As far as for corporate tax rates were cut in 2019, no change is expected, but on the fringe there is concern that declining corporate tax collections might prompt some review. The survey notes that supply chain disruptions and slow economic growth have contributed to an increase in inflation. The withdrawal of stimulus in developed economies in the upcoming fiscal is likely to affect capital flows into the country. Industrial sectors did go through a contraction and now it is about 4.1% above pre pandemic levels. The segment of service sector that includes tourism, travel and hotels is still 8.5% below where it was before the pandemic. It is a sector that is still impacted. The economy this year is estimated to grow 9.2%. The overall GDP is 1.3% above the pre pandemic levels. The more you learn, the more you earn. Principal Economic Advisor Sanjeev Sanyal. The government will take a balanced view on the issue of regulation of cryptocurrencies as they have implications on the country's financial stability. Currently, there are no particular regulations or any ban on use of cryptocurrency in the country. The issue of cryptocurrency has not been covered in the Economic Survey 2021 to 22. Sanyal said in an interaction with media on the survey tabled in Parliament by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman earlier in the day. As you know, this is a matter of some debate, both inside the government, in the Ministry of Finance, and even in Parliament. So, this is something that is currently in discussion, he said. Every good citizen adds to the strength of a nation. On defense stocks to buy today, stock market experts suggested 5-day trading stocks to buy today. Those 5 shares are Bharat Electronics, Bharat Dynamics, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Hull, HAL, Bharat Forge, and Larsen and Toubro, L&T. Positional investors can invest in defense companies like Bharat Electronics, Bharat Dynamics, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited or HUL, as these defense shares have strong order book and their Q3 results have also been quite strong. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. Medical sector. The current GST rate on various medical equipment, devices, and instruments is 12%. It is recommended that medical equipment, devices, and instruments and their parts be brought at par with other preferential products and taxed at a preferential GST rate for 5% to reduce the cost of healthcare services. Tax incentives should also be extended to R&D as this would encourage further innovations in healthcare. Another key area that the budget needs to address is skilling of healthcare workers. This will help to address the manpower challenge that we face and bring India up to par with the recommended ratio in terms of trained doctors and nurses. No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated. Education sector. India ranks 62nd among 62 among the 104 countries as per the IMD survey in terms of total public expenditure on education per student and measures of the quality of education pupil teacher ratio in primary and in secondary education. At the moment, a student education loan and a car loan have the same interest rate. There is a need for the government to subsidize student education loans to make it simpler for students to seek higher education. Considering India in 2032, 10 years from today, the future of improved GDP depends on organically educating youth of today, and Union Budget 2022 can be a gatekeeper for this change. Shifting of classes to online mode created a huge requirement for laptops and smartphones. A National Council of Educational Research and Training NCERT survey conducted in August 2020 revealed that at least 27% students in India did not have access to smart devices, which ultimately led to learning loss during the COVID-19 lockdown. Thank you.